Yeah, oh, well, in Saint Lucia, most beautiful, the only island in the Caribbean. Jamaica, you know what I'm talking about.
Let's not get to fight already.
Yeah, starting the war already. Yeah, so Saint Lucia, beautiful island. So I grew up in Saint Lucia in a small town called Saltus. It's not even a town, it's a village, a countryside village in Saltus. I was not on top of the hill, I was on the bottom of the hill. There was a running stream. There was no electricity. The only source of water was from that stream. No electricity. It was a tough time. It was tough growing up, but it was fun.
Did you have siblings?
Yes, I have 5 other siblings. I'm the last kid. I'm the last one. That's why maybe I had the most fun. Maybe for them it was tough, but for me it was fun. I had my cousins coming over. I had family hanging out all the time, so it was loads of fun for me. But it would be, in today's definition, you'd say, yes, I was poor. In today's definition. But if I have to look at it, I didn't feel poor. I felt rich, I felt good. Yeah, I had my mom, everybody was there. My dad lived in another village across the mountain called Lamaz. It's literally across the mountain. I go up the mountain, go down, and go up on the next mountain, called Lamaz. That's across from Saltus. And he owned what we call a cabaret.
What's that?
It's a rum shop. In our language, we call it a cabaret. He was your typical, how do you say, bamboo man. So he owned that cabaret, and also he was distilling rum within there.
So I guess obviously that's where the knowledge, so I saw a statement that said 200 years of rum making. And you're the 4th or the 5th generation in your family. So, obviously there is going to be a wealth of knowledge and things like that. So obviously for you, it kind of came from your dad, but from that, it was before then as well. So I'd love to hear, how your dad kind of got into it and then how that kind of spilled onto you.
So there's loads of, when my father was teaching, my father never taught me to make rum, like say, hey, you do this now, you do this. What he did, he got me involved. So simple stuff as, remember I showed the condenser earlier? Yeah. Simple stuff as a condenser. My dad's condenser was just a primitive piece of metal wrapped with loads of cloth and cotton.
He made it all himself?
He designed it and built everything himself. And my job was to be the condenser, just pouring water on top of that cloth and cotton to make sure that no rum evaporate. And for me, I was not learning. At that moment, I didn't feel I was learning anything. I felt I was being tortured. I thought I was being tortured. And then a little bit of steam would rise from the end of that pipe, and he would shout, "Lester!" And then he would be on the other side of the hill, and he would see that little bit of steam coming up, telling me to mind it, because every little bit of steam would be rum evaporating. You're not supposed to let that happen. Don't let any rum evaporate. If you let any rum evaporate from the end of the still, that's wrong. So he'll leave me in charge of just that, stoking the fire and cooling the condenser, making sure I collect rum. And simple stuff like him showing me that and then telling me before it used to be easier. He doesn't understand why they're using metal. It used to be easier. It used to be bamboo, connected bamboo, and the long bamboo is going. But now he can do it because if the government find out, it's
so
a problem.
Regulations.
Yes, regulations was in place, so not anybody could have distilled. It was happening, but it was not. It was not spoken of. Simple stuff as that. So he was sharing the past stories in that way, and he was also teaching me how to distill rum at the same time. Another simple story he used to say when he used to mix and do his fermentation. He used to always say, rats, mice, cats, dogs will not go next to molasses. But any strain of yeast, this little thing that he don't even know what it is, that touches it, it will ferment. He used to start with that, always tell me, nothing will do. You could leave it open, a rat won't touch it.
Okay, what?
Mice won't touch it. But add water to it and leave it open, any strain of yeast will start to ferment. And then he'll go back into the history and then bring in back then it was discarded. Nobody was using that. Now we start making rum out of it. Everybody wants to use it. That's the molasses, talking about the molasses. He's talking about how they used to collect it and mix it with water. Not him himself, but how the ancestors collect it, mix it with water and drink it for energy. And the fermentation, how the fermentation started with any strain of yeast touching it, it starts fermenting and drinking it. So he used to teach me without teaching me. It was not forced. If I could take one thing and pass it on to my children in the way I'm teaching, because my teaching techniques is bad. It's the way he did it to me. I didn't feel forced to do it.
Okay.
I didn't feel forced like you have to be a distiller or it was more like he was teaching me these simple basic science things. And believe me, that's he didn't go to school or anything. He learned that from passing down, and he was passing that down to me in a way that didn't feel harsh. Like I say, I don't want to call myself lazy, but I just didn't want to stand and forward and stoke fire.
Because when you're young, you don't want to do things like that. You want to play.
yeah. I want to go out and run around and play and so on and so forth. And I think that's how he passed these stories on, by indirectly teaching me, and me listening, but not knowing that I'm absorbing a lot of information.
Touch music beats, that's my lingo. Touch music beats, that's my lingo.